High early cash value policy is a good one. Traditionally, it does not illustrate as high of cash values long term. I have seen a policy design recently where I was able to get good policy values long term that were very comparable to the L100, but still not quite as good. So it just depends. We're not really allowed to do any more aggressive splits than the Legacy 100. In fact, the Legacy 100, we have to do a different design. So the Legacy 100, when we do the optimal split, we're going to add LISR and AILR to that. Those are two different term insurance riders. And that allows us to maximize the amount of cash growth in the early years and make it stretch out as long as you want it to. The high early cash value can actually get better cash value in year one just with no splits at all. Straight high early cash value, put it all in as base premium. But the cash value long term is not going to be as good as the L100 by quite a bit. It'll be quite a bit behind. However, I can design some high early cash values with some splits with the AILR. When we add in those splits, it really helps to increase that long-term cash value, because when we add in those splits, it reduces the base premium, which is what the agent's commissions are based on. So anytime we can reduce the agent commission, we're going to boost those cash values, we're going to boost your returns in the long run, and everybody's going to be happier. So most of the time, why you see people use that Legacy 100 is they don't know how to do the splits to begin with. And ultimately, the L100 does have better cash value long term. The other reason why that might be the case is ultimately, it is easier to design the L100. It's easier to design it for doing the splits. The HECV is actually the easiest one if we don't do any splits. And the agents can get bigger commissions. If they just do the HECV with no splits, bigger commissions to the agent, although it pays out differently. It pays out over a number of years. So kind of interesting dynamics there and how that goes. But yeah, I think that basically covers it with the HECV. That high early cash value policy or the product, I like it. It's a good one. We can get, with the right splits in there, we can get like 93, 94% cash value year one. That's the end of the year though. Beginning of the year, it's going to be lower to begin with because the dividends will increase and pay out, over time. The illustration shows you end of year. So something to keep in mind. I had that pop up because I did do an high early cash value for one of my real estate investors clients. And his interest is in having that maximum cash value available right away. And so he was a bit surprised when it didn't match up with our illustration. And we realized, oh yeah, that's end of the year numbers. That's why. So we got to remember when we're talking about these and we're looking at the illustrations, the numbers we're looking at are usually end of year numbers. End of year numbers. So right at the beginning, if you're going to take a loan out right away, realize those numbers are going to be just a little bit lower.
Hope you found value in today's video. If you'd like to find out more about IUL and whole life, check out these videos right over here, and we'll see you next time.
Now go maximize your cash flow.